Good morning, everybody. I popped that in there because I wanted you to see something that we're going to talk about today. Now, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to talk. I do have a very sore throat, and we'll just have to wait and see how things go. It seems like every fall, I should say towards winter, in November, I get this chest cold. It starts in my sinuses and kind of gravitates down to my lungs. And I'm at the point now where that's all breaking up. And so I'm coughing a lot. So I've got my tissues ready right here in case I sneeze. And my voice will probably get a little bit scratchy at times, but I still wanted to do our video today. I have so many things that I want to talk about, and this is just the best time of year to be a crocheter, I think. And so I wanted to make sure we still had our live video today. Plus, it's just such a joy in my life to see all your names come up. I love seeing names I recognize and where you're from. And I also love seeing names that are new. And I also would love it if you would put like where you're from. Not your address, anything like that. But, like where you're from around the world. And also if this is your first time watching. Because I like to see that. And you know something else you could do? If you followed me even from the beginning when I was just starting and it was a little weird. I'd love to hear about that too. The other thing I wanted to mention is I'm quite puffy under my eyes, so please excuse my puffiness. We're still going to have us some fun, okay? So let's do the first thing we're supposed to do, and clinkety clink clink in. I'm drinking from my snowman mug. I have a very special coffee in it today. It's called Let It Snow. And I know I've probably talked about this before, but this is the brand of coffee that it is. It's called Coffee Bun Roastery, and it's called Let It Snow. Let me tell you how the flavors. It says notes of chestnuts, butter, and dark chocolate. 3 things I really like. Now this company, you can find it online. It's just called Coffee Bun Roastery. Just put that in your Google search or whatever search engine that you use. And they also have a Facebook page. This company is owned by my daughter's brother and sister-in-law. And they bring the beans in from different places and flavor them and roast them themselves. It's their business. And it's the best I have ever tasted. And I bought this one last year. Right before Christmas, and when we moved I stuck it in the freezer because coffee always holds on to its flavor better in the freezer. Well, I couldn't find I order it in the beans because I think it holds its flavor better when you stick it in the freezer in the beans. It's my own opinion, it may not be true. Anywho, when we moved into this house last year, I could not find my bean grinder, so I didn't pull it back out. So then I remembered where my bean grinder was, and I pulled it out of the freezer. So that's called Let It Snow by Coffee Bun Roastery. Notes of chestnut, butter, and dark chocolate. Just a little FYI. They are located in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And if you live in the Oklahoma City area, you can come and pick it up. They let you do that. All right? Anywho, when you go to their website, it asks you, do you want to pick it up or do you want to order online? Which I think is cool because, we go to church together, so they can just come and bring it to me at church. And I don't have to pay shipping. Every little bit helps, okay? Give me 1 second here. I had a question. I was watching your conversation, and somebody named Jeannie came up, and it said, Jeannie, aka Proverb 31 yarn. And I am really curious what that is. Because, if you sell yarn, I'd love to test out new yarns, purchase some and see how they are. Jeannie from Proverb 31 Yarn, feel free to send me a message through Posh Pooch Designs Facebook page, Or you can click that link underneath this video that says webpage and go to my webpage and click that contact us button, and it'll shoot an email right to me. I'm really kind of curious what it is that you sell. All right, is it yarn or what? Because it says Proverb 31 yarn. Okay, and anybody else, if you sell yarn, you dye yarn or any of that stuff, feel free to contact me through my webpage. I would love to see your yarns. You know, I love yarn. I really, really do. Okay, now, today we have a couple of topics. We're going to talk a little bit about sparkle and glitter yarns in just a minute. But one of the things I wanted to talk about, and I've talked about these things before, this is the time of year when we're hustling and bustling, trying to get everything done. And again, I start getting messages about how do you get it all done? How do you keep from getting stressed out? How do you take care of yourself when you're worried about everything else? We're making lists. Lists of the foods we need to prepare. List of the cookies we need to make. List of the gifts we need to buy or make. List of the yarns we need to make those. You know, list. And it just gets overwhelming. And so one of the things I really want to encourage you to do, us crocheters, is that Kaz says she's the first time watching. Welcome. Welcome. If anybody else is your first time watching, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so she says, Jeannie says she does not sell yarn, but she does crochet and knit and sells her items. Well, that's cool. I like that. Thanks for letting us know that, Jeannie. But anyway, what I want you to do this time of year is to remember we need to take care of ourselves, because this is what happens. You get sick. And I was sick over Thanksgiving and over the weekend, and I'm finally starting to feel like myself, even though I still sound nasal and scratchy, and I'm coughing because, of course, my chest is breaking up from those fluids. But anyway, I have some things I really want to encourage you to do, okay? You need to take time for yourself. And this is going to sound like a really weird question, but did you participate in any Black Friday sales or Cyber Monday sales? Did you buy something for yourself? I'm going to tell you my secret. I did. I did buy a few things for myself. And one of the things that I do with my grandkids, because I do not know all the things that they love, and it changes all the time. So I get them gift cards. And then I buy them a couple of little things, you know, that I know that they like. And I put it in a little fun box that they can open and find. But don't overstress the gifts. That's the thing. We think we have to buy them exactly what they want. You don't. You know, I mean, I remember when my kids were growing up, and my son, it was all about Ninja Turtles, and my daughter was all about Barbies and Strawberry Shortcake and My Little Pony, and I think those things are still popular. But I always felt bad if I didn't buy them just the things that they wanted. And then I learned a really valuable lesson. My husband, when he was in the military, he was in Desert Storm, in the war in Desert Storm, and he was in Saudi Arabia for almost a year, and we had a Christmas without him. And we just didn't have the money to buy very much things. And the base where we were stationed, we were stationed in Rapid City, South Dakota. So I was still there while he was overseas. And the people at the base took such good care of us, and they delivered a whole bunch of toys. And it was just amazing. They didn't know what my kids liked at all. Okay, my son was 6 and my daughter was almost 9. Or maybe she was 8.5. Yeah, she was 8.5. Anywho, they didn't know what my kids liked, okay? And so they come in and they give us all these gifts, and I'm just bawling my eyes out, because if you've ever been in the military, it's such a wonderful family to be a part of. And the base there just helped take care of me and my kids while my husband was gone. Anyhow, so they put all the presents under the tree, and I thought, oh, I hope these are things my kids are going to like, you know. So the next morning, because I came over on Christmas Eve, the next morning, Christmas morning, they're opening all these gifts. And these are not things I would have bought. I guess is what I'm trying to say. And they loved everything. We had never really bought Play-Doh, and I got a bunch of Play-Doh. My son and my daughter loved it. And that Play-Doh is something that they just loved for a long, long time. And I never thought to even buy them that, And so what I'm trying to say through this whole thing is just because you can't find that perfect gift or you can't make that perfect gift, don't panic. Do what you can or buy a gift card. Because what happens is when we get so stressed out, we lose the joy of Christmas, the joy of the holidays, the joy of spending time with family and friends. Okay? And so, something else that you can do, you need to take care of yourself. So, when you're out shopping, buy something for yourself. Or stop by the hair salon, get your hair done. Go get a mani or a pedi. I don't do pedis because I don't like people touching my feet. But you can go get a mani or a pedi. Okay? That's a mani, not a pedi. These are my hands. You can go and get a facial and just relax. Okay? If you can't afford those kinds of things, and I understand that. Things are tight this year. Grab some bubble bath or some Epsom salt from your local Walmart for a couple of bucks. Go home and take a bath. Sit in the hot tub and all those bubbles and just relax. Turn the lights out. Put your favorite music on. Don't put the Christmas music on unless you really love it or it'll stress you out. And so another thing you can do is after you've had your bath, put on that favorite blanket or jammies or bathrobe, curl up in a big fluffy blanket and take a nap. Naps are my favorite. I'm telling you, when I get super stressed, I sit down with a big hunky mug of coffee or chocolate, sugar-free cocoa, with my big blanket on, and I just sit in the darkness and take a nap. I know you're thinking, well, why'd you get the cocoa or the coffee? But I sip on it. I'm not a napper where I just go to sleep, but it will make all the difference in the world if you can just push the world aside for a while, all the demands, all the shopping and the food and the baking and because we love that stuff and we love the parties, but we have to settle down and take care of ourselves. Take a minute or two and crochet something for yourself. Make yourself a new hat or a new lovely scarf, or maybe just some pretty little ornaments that are different or not what for somebody else. In other words, you want to make some decorations for your own house? Do that. I just think we get ourselves so stressed out that we think our Christmas needs to be perfect. And, it's just too much stress. And we lose the joy of spending time with our family and our friends. Because I love a good Christmas party. I do. But sometimes I am exhausted when I get home because I laugh so hard. So anyway, I just wanted to share some of that stuff with you. I just want you to take care of yourself. It's just, and one thing to remember, this is the time that I miss my mom and my oldest sister the most because they both have passed away. And a lot of other people have lost loved ones at this time of year, and those are hard times. And so, try to be what I would say maybe thoughtful or extra kind to those people. When they tell you something like that, they're not really wanting you to go, oh, I'm so sorry. What they're wanting you is just to listen, pat them on the shoulder. If you know them and love them, hug them, and then just have some fun. Laugh. And, tell a funny story about that person from years ago that maybe because sometimes all we really want to know is, we just want to tell the story, and there are so many people who loved my mom and my sister when they were alive. And I love those stories and I love hearing about them, but sometimes it's hard. I guess what I'm saying is just be considerate. All right. That's my sermonette for the day. My nose has stopped running. Yay. Let's click over to this other camera and let's talk about some yarn. Okay. So I get questions all the time about what are my favorite sparkle yarns and what if I have a yarn that doesn't sparkle. Okay, so these are 4 of the ones that I have in my yarn stash that I have bought through the years. This is Impeccable Loops and Thread, and these are all 4 medium weight number 4, and I really love this one. I love loops and threads. That's Michael's brand. Medium weight, number 4. This one, the color is called Ruby Red. And what's interesting about this one is you can see the sparkles aren't just silver. They're all different colors, like a sparkle confetti. Okay, this is my go-to most of the time because I live near a Hobby Lobby. This is the I Love This yarn. And these come in lots of different colors, and so does this one. And this one used to be called Sparkle, and I changed it to Metallic. And that's because they're all in silver, and some of them are in gold. I think there's a cream color one. Oh, I should have grabbed one that has gold in it. But anyway, this is a medium weight number 4 yarn, has lots of different colors. It is also one of my go-to yarns because it is easy to get a hold of. And Hobby Lobby carries this all year round. And they used to have like black and orange and pink and gold and lots of different colors. But I don't know because they changed some things out. I already had this on hand. Now, this is my favorite one that's gray because it looks like silver. This is Super Saver Metallic. It is gray and it looks like silver. If you looked at the video from the Star, which I'll show you later, it was made with this yarn. I have not found any other one that has the gray that looks like silver. They might be out there. I just haven't found it. And this is just Red Heart Super Saver Metallic, medium weight, number 4 yarn. Now, this one is very interesting. This is the Karen or Caron, however you want to say it, Simply Soft Party. And this is purple, and it has purple metallic in it. And that's one thing that they have in theirs is they have like pink and other colors, and the thread going through it that's sparkly is the same color as their threads, or as their yarns, I mean. Okay? Now, what do we do if we have a yarn that we love and we don't have a sparkle for it? And that's when we did the basket. Let me move these over a little so I can show this to you. When we did this napkin basket, I used the basic Mary yarn that is a variegated from Premier Yarn, but it was not sparkly. So I picked up some of these. This is a 10 weight yarn thread. And it's just a sparkle thread. And I used this gold one in order to give this a sparkle. See that? And what you do is you hold one strand of yarn and one strand of the thread, the number 10 thread, and you hold them together. Because these are all sparkle yarns. This has got like a white snowflake sparkle. This one's got gold. This is silver. And this one is a white with the silver, and this one is a gold. And I bought these in this tube. And I probably showed these to you before, but I have loved using these and being able to add this to my regular yarns that don't have a sparkle. Okay? And you don't have to have sparkle yarns at Christmas time. I just love them. And I've had a lot of people ask me, well, I want to use this color. Do you know this color that has a sparkle in it? What was the color? She was looking for like a dark navy blue. She was doing something that had dark navy blue in it, but she wanted it to sparkle. And I told her about these, and I believe she used the silver one, and she just loved it. And so, if you're wanting something to have like a metallic sparkle glitter look to it, you can grab these, and they come in lots. Every brand that makes these are from Hobby Lobby. It's their Artiste or whatever you call it. Brand, and it comes in a tube, and they also have big ones sold separately that are more, but I bought these because I wanted all the colors. Okay, but you can just hold, like I said, hold one strand. These come from Hobby Lobby. They're back on their thread aisle, and they have these in the small ones and they have them in the big ones. But any brand that carries the number 10 thread has them in some of the sparkle colors. I forgot about Big Twist at Joann's. I don't get to Joann's that often because it's like on the clear other side of Oklahoma City. Okay, so that's good to know. But if you have a color of yarn, you want to use it, or maybe you have it on hand and you want to use it. Yes, she's talking about Walmart. This one right here I bought from Walmart. the Super Saver Metallic. I bought this from Walmart, just FYI. Anyway, if you want your project to have a sparkle to it and you're using a color of yarn that you can't find with a sparkle, you can grab the number 10 thread and hold them both together. You stitch it up just the same. The thread doesn't add any thickness to it. It's not big enough to do that. Okay, but anyway, I have gotten so many questions about this. I wanted to just explain it again. There's also a thread that has a sequin in it that is a number 10 at Hobby Lobby. I picked up a silver and a gold. They're over there in my pile of new yarn that is still sitting there. Okay, so anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about sparkle yarns because they really are fun. They're my favorites to work with. And the only thing about them is because I do a lot of videos, I'm tossing them over there in my basket. The sparkle yarn does not film well and it messes with the camera. And sometimes when I am filming with the sparkle yarn, you'll see if you're watching the video, it'll kind of blink or kind of go light, dark, light, dark. It's because it's reflecting off those metallic threads that are going through there. And so that's why a lot of times I will do it in one that is not sparkly. And for example, let's go back over here because I'm going to tell you what we did this week. All right, this is our Christmas tree that you can use as an ornament or a coaster. All right, now we did the video with this nice bright green and pink because of how it moves with the green and the sparkle. I was going to see if I can make it do it. Now all of a sudden it won't do it. Okay, so you can use it as a coaster. It's plenty big for a nice big mug of coffee. You can see I got a lot of creamer in there. I put the Irish cream in there with those flavors. It is marvelous. But then you can also add a hanger. And it's a nice big ornament. These also make really good gift tags. And you can always grab that sticky felt that I talked to you about. Let me grab one over here. You can grab a sticky felt like this. And I bought some of these white ones. I think there's a red one underneath there. But I bought some of these white ones. And you can cut it out the shape of the Christmas tree or ornament or whatever you're making. And it's white. And so you can write on there, to my favorite grandson, Aiden. He knows he's my favorite grandson because he's my only grandson. Okay, and so it can be a coaster, it can be a Christmas ornament, and it can be a gift tag. Or you can just make them on buntings and just hang them up across. Lots of fun things. Put them on a stocking, a scarf. You know, lots of fun things that you can do with this particular ornament. All right, the other thing that we did where I used a sparkle is this big star. I absolutely had so much fun, and it's huge. It's 15 inches across, but this was the big sparkly one that I did with the, see how the light kind of flickered there? Isn't that beautiful? All right, so I made the silver one, and then I did the video with the gold, and this is a soft secret, and it's absolutely stunning in both the silver and the gold. I just love it. And I love the shimmer on this, even though it doesn't have a glitter in it. It has such a shine to it. It's Soft Secret that I got. I believe I got it at Hobby Lobby. I think it's one of their brands. All right, so we made 2 Christmas star ornaments. And they're big enough to even be used as a placemat because they're 15 by 15 inches. But they're great for the centerpiece. Just perfect for the centerpiece. All right. And they're super easy to make because it only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds. Because it's stitched in a triple stitch on every row except for the last row is double crochets. Isn't that fun? I just love them. I had them on my table. I'm going to go out there and put them back over there. All right, let's come back up to the top camera. So that's what we did this week. We made the Christmas ornaments and we made the Christmas stars. All right, I've already got a video for you for tomorrow that is super funny. I had so much fun just filming it that I had to redo some of it because I kind of started laughing and coughing at the same time. So anyway, it's going to be super duper fun. I think you're going to enjoy it. And then I have a fun one for Friday as well. That's fun. And one of the things I just love to do is incorporate beads and buttons and bells and trinkets and things into our crochet patterns. Before we go, though, I do want to show you one thing behind me. And you remember a couple of years ago, I found this graph for the cardinal. Because y'all, if you watched me very long, you know I absolutely love cardinals. And I did this in a C2C block stitch. And I had this out the other day, and someone was over and they asked me for the pattern. And I said, well, I don't have a pattern for it. So I thought I would remind you about it. What I did is I went on Pinterest and I put in Cardinal Pixel, P-I-X-E-L pattern. And then I just copied, there's a whole bunch of them, to be honest with you. And so I just copied it off my computer and just followed the pattern back and forth, because you start in the corner, you know, and you go back and forth this way. And it's not very big, but it's perfect for when I'm sitting, you know, in my chair watching my Hallmark mystery videos. I watched an adorable show last night called Christmas at Biltmore or something like that. My husband, if you don't know what Biltmore Mansion is, down in Asheville, is it South Carolina or North Carolina? I think it's South Carolina. They have this big mansion that belonged to the Vanderbilts, and you can go in and take a tour. Well, my husband and I were down there and we took the tour. It was so much fun to watch this Hallmark movie that had it in there, because I recognized some of the things that I saw in it. So it's kind of fun. It's also a really cute movie. Anywho, I like to have a blanket on me especially if I'm just having a cup of cocoa or something, and have this blanket on me. Now, I love cardinals because my mom loved them, and I have some of hers. And then every year, I'm trying to twist around here and get this on here. Every year at Christmas time, my granddaughter Zoe has given me a new cardinal for my collection. One year she gave me a big snow globe from Hobby Lobby that says Merry Christmas. It's just beautiful. Last year she gave me this really nice ceramic thing that you put your napkins in. I've probably got 20 different things that she's given me, and I just love them. She's given them to me for my birthday and stuff like that because I love cardinals. Anyway, I just thought I'd let you know about that. Oh, Jeanette watched that movie also. I just thought it was really cute and different. You know, it's not the typical, the girl goes to her hometown, meets a cowboy or meets a flannel-clad guy, and then they decide 30 minutes before the movie's over, they're mad at each other, and then they make up at the end. You know? Although I love all those cheesy movies. Don't misunderstand me. I do. I love cheesy movies. But that one was just really cute. Oh, Jolene says her husband gives her something cardinal every year. That is awesome. I just love them. They're just beautiful. When we lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we had cardinals in our backyard. I don't have any big trees or anything around me here because these are all new houses. So I haven't gotten any cardinals yet. And the only birds we see out here are these huge hawks that I have to watch for, because I know they probably like to eat my puppies, and they're not very fast anymore. Okay, so my voice is starting to give out a little bit. But anyway, let me see if I've got everything talked about on my list. Oh, did you see the video that I posted about our Christmas decorations? We just had some fun because I wasn't feeling well, putting out some of our Christmas decorations. And I just did a little video so you could see them. We're not quite done yet. Somewhere along the way, I've lost my icicle lights, and they're probably up in the attic, and I don't want to go out and get them. So my husband hasn't found them yet, but hopefully we can get those up also. But anyway, you can take a look at it. I've got what I did is, remember the little white cardinal tree that I had last year? Well, I put my big cardinal tree up. It's beautiful, and it's one of those sort of tapered trees. It's not like a big fat Christmas tree. And it's flocked. It has berries and poinsettias and pine cones already on it. And so all I have to do is add all of my cardinals. And then about 5 years ago, my granddaughter, her mommy anyway, bought me this big sparkly cardinal with a clip on it. And we put that at the top of the tree. So it's a big cardinal tree. And there's a really cute picture of Rosie, my little chihuahua, sitting underneath it if you want to look at it. She's just so adorable. And they love to sit on Afghans and blankets that I've made. And so I put the tree skirt under there, the cranberry and ivy one I made about 2-3 years ago. There is a video for it if you want to go and look at it and look for the video. But I put the tree skirt underneath, and then I set this one thing that says joy and it has cardinals on it. And I went to get a camera to take a picture of my tree. And my next thing I know, Rosie's just sitting underneath the tree like all pretty and stuff. So I had to take a picture of her. She just looked adorable. Okay? All right, so. Well, I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we're looking forward to having lots of fun for the holidays, and lots of fun crochet things, and lots of things that are winter that aren't crochet. Okay, and so thank you all of you that sent the good thoughts and prayers for me. I really had a couple of lousy days, but I'm really starting to feel better now, even though I sound scratchy. And so I am going to let you go on that note. Thank you so much for being a part of my videos and my channel and following me, because like I always say, I can't do it without you. I mean, I could, but I'd be talking to myself, right? Not that I don't talk to myself, but so thank you. Here's a heart, because I always do this wrong. Okay, let's see if I can get this right. There we go. Here's a heart. Should we put it on the red? Because I love you all, and I'm so thankful that you're a part of my video. We'll see y'all next week.